Mudashiru Obasa, the impeached Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, is making headlines again. He was impeached on January 13, 2025 by 32 out of 40 members of the Assembly, and Mojisola Meranda was elected as his successor. However, today, Obasa stormed the Lagos Assembly complex with armed policemen and civil defense personnel, allegedly intending to resume duty. Now, this move has sparked controversy and tension within the Assembly. It's worth noting that Obasa's impeachment was linked to allegations of gross misconduct and abuse of office. Despite his removal, Obasa seems determined to regain his position, which has led to concerns about the potential disruption of the Assembly's activities. Now, let's take a listen to what happened today.
I'm here. So as I'm here, it simply means we have to on.
Well, sir, on social media, we have information flowing that you barged into this premises.
Confirm it now.
So we're trying to confirm from you. Can you tell us exactly
so what are you implying? Are you saying that I broke it or I broke the door to get access? Is that what you are saying?
I don't know,
so
sir.
So I go and confirm now. If you have had, then confirm from your source. He will do what?
Good.
Allege. Will do what?
Must prove.
Okay, sir, have you been reinstated? Are you back now?
I've told you repeatedly, I've never been removed. There's nothing like impeachment. So I don't know what you are saying. I've said this openly.
Sir.
That everybody, remove, what is it called? Impeachment or whatever, or removing is undemocratic and constitutional. But in doing that, to achieve that, you must follow the due process. Nobody is against. I'm not against being removed. If I do that, then I'm not democratic. But all we are saying, let us go through the normal process and achieve that. So if we do, fine. That's just, I'm not against anybody. I don't have anything against anybody. All my colleagues, they've always been my brother. They have always been loyal. They've been dedicated. A strong commitment to serve the people of Lagos. I will continue to do that together. For me, I have no reservation, nothing against anybody, and no intention of victimization. So
okay, sir. How are you going to the in court?
What is the case about? What is the case about?
About who the current...
I don't have anything like that.
Okay, sir, are you not disturbed that currently members of the party, they are now being pitched against one another over this crisis?
No, our party is one. We are all brothers and sisters.
But we just had honorable members who said that...
Party.
Who said that they have a new leader now?
Everybody is entitled to his or her. Thank you.
So what's next?
Obasa.
Makes things easy until the approach. But we are shocked to see what is happening today. And we are still expecting them to come and tell us we went wrong or what really went wrong. We won't take laws into our hands, just like I told the staffs that they should not take laws into their hands. But we all belong to different constituencies, and we have our mandates. And whatever has to happen, the leadership should speak with us, and not this charade that we are seeing. We are not happy, and we are already demystified. We are shocked to see what is happening, despite the fact that this is Lagos. This is the center of excellence. This is where everything starts and it stops. We've been law-abiding. We've not gone out of our way. We've not done anything against the state or against anybody. But we also want to be respected, to be given our dignity, to be shown that we were elected. So I'm appealing to the leadership of our party that we cannot continue this way. We are all here, you can see us. These are honorable members, few of us that are not here are here. So anything that happens, they've taken us to court. And it is for us to let the process follow its due course. But what we are seeing today is a charade. It's uncalled for. It's an embarrassment. Because for me to even enter the gate, I was stopped. I told my security operatives that I cannot enter the House of Assembly. It's an embarrassment. And this must stop. We've said this clearly. We are not against the leadership's decision. But they should call us and tell us to our face, and not us hearing rumors. We are not against the leadership decisions. It is the leadership. They took us here. We They are our leaders, and we still stand. They nominated us, and we still stand with their decisions. But not to do it this way. We are embarrassed. So thank you, gentlemen.
We hereby reject Obasa.
We reject Obasa. We reject him.
A lot of drama right there in Lagos State. Well, you just saw a while ago the impeached speaker who, according to him, resumed today as speaker. According to him, speak and, just address the press briefly. And then members loyal to Meranda, Mojisola Meranda also speaking, on developments that happened. But let's bring you up to speed as regards all of the drama at the Lagos House of Assembly. Now, this, of course, has to do with the security detail removal. The story was, of course, going around. Now, what we have is CP speaks on removal of speaker security detail. Now, in a press briefing, Olondare Moshood Jimo, that's the Commissioner of Police, Lagos State, has stated that police escorts have been reassigned to Speaker Mojisola Meranda. The security details were initially withdrawn for audit purposes, audit of their weapons, gadgets, and entire gear. As for Mudashiru Obasa, security detail was attached to him after he declared that threats had been made to his life and family. Of course, this is what we have as a follow-up to the happenings at the Lagos House of Assembly. But let's start the conversation. Let's bring it to the studio. Gentlemen, a lot has happened today. Let me start with Jide Johnson. Your general reaction.
Well, my general reaction is just to speak to the security agencies first. There was one Sunday Adewusi. There was one Tafa Balogun. The present IGP and the police commissioner, they have names, they have surname. Is to put them in the rightful place they belong to. The partisanship, security agencies should not engage in partisanship.
Is that what you are seeing play out here?
Now, you've seen the desecration of democratic institutions, not only in Lagos State, in Osun State, whereby individuals resort to self-help. To enforce what they believe is their right. Now, we saw the clips of the speaker taking over the State House of Assembly. He himself approached the court, telling the court that he was illegally removed. He himself said it in the statement, which in the statement he gave when he was interviewed, that the issue of nobody is saying anybody should not be removed, but they should follow the constitutional procedure. And why is it that today that is storming the house is the day that they are doing the audit, where the security details of the speaker and every other VIPs were removed, and is today in my local dialect, Ajekelano, Omokuleni, now a witch cried yesterday and the child died today. You know that all of this, all you just need to do, sometimes they think that we are simply things that can't even think for ourselves. But my own take concerning it is this: they should understand that those that engage in partisanship, they have been placed in the dustbin of history. Regardless of whatever position you occupy today, you have a legacy, and your legacy will determine the way you are placed in future.
All right, quickly, let's hear you, Olalekan.
Well, for me, first of all, what happened today was a very big embarrassment to Lagos politics. And you see, Lagos is a center of excellence. And the slogan for the Lagos State House of Assembly is that above the common standard of excellence. We did not see that today in what transpired at the complex of the House of Assembly. The impeached speaker, or the embattled speaker, said that he's a Democrat. But what we saw today were not, there's no resemblance of being a Democrat in what we saw today. First of all, the report said that the chamber was forcefully opened. We saw the arrival of the speaker with almost 11 policemen. And then we saw how like the House Committee Chairman on Information said, that what happened today was a charade. You've been to the court, your case is still in court, and what we saw today was even a contempt of court. If you have a case in court that you were illegally removed, and then today you stormed the House of Assembly complex saying that you are still the Speaker, then the interview we also saw, a question was asked that you are in court. And then he denied, he said, which court? Do you have the case? Do you have the document? So we've seen that if you say you're a Democrat, we would rather see it in your actions and not in your words. So what we had today, we've always prided that Lagos politics is different. Lagos politics is, is high, is excellent and all of that. But what we saw today is an embarrassment to everybody in Lagos today. And just like the House of Assembly has said, the leadership of the party should wade into this matter before it further degenerated.
I mean, talking about the leadership of the party wading into the matter, there have been meetings even at the highest of levels. There was one that, party elders had to even meet with the president. And one would think that maybe this issue, had been laid to rest. But I'll come back to you. Let me bring in Nick Agule into the conversation. Nick, if you can hear me, what we are seeing in Lagos right now, particularly as regards the House, what does this reflect of the state's politics?
This is the last thing that Lagos electorates who elected the House of Assembly want. They elected the House of Assembly to get good representation, oversight function over the executive, so that there will be development in the state. They didn't elect grown-ups to come and be showing this type of brigadage that usurps democracy and paints us as people who are not yet ready. If we have to see the Nigeria of our dreams, that Nigeria must be a country that is governed by the laws. And the laws are quite clear. And if there is a contention, the judicial arm of government is there to adjudicate. And it also speaks of our security agents. It is impossible that in the same House of Assembly, the same Nigerian police will be protecting two speakers. This shouldn't happen. So if we are interested in being a democracy, we have to be a democracy. Otherwise, it will be as good as me sitting here calling myself a major general, whereas I am not a major general.
All right, let me bring it back to the studio. Jide Johnson, you said quite a number of things. You started by sort of talking about the role of security agency in all of this. But let's look at the actors here, Mudashiru, Obasa, and also Mojisola Meranda. Right now, to quite a number of people, they would ask, so who do we refer to now as the Speaker of the House? Since, we saw all of the dynamics that played out where it was alleged that security details was withdrawn, even though we have an update to that and clarity. My question to you is this. Does this reflect a deeper problem when it comes to, is it the interpretation of the law now? Or are we just seeing politicians doing what they like?
It's not a problem with interpretation of the law. It's just clear attempt not to have respect for democratic principles and ethos. In the eyes of the law, Meranda is the Speaker. She was sworn in on the floor. Obasa approached the courts, and you should wait for the courts to determine that. And it's just that you have loads of people in Lagos State.
But plenary, but he held plenary today.
Well, you can do that if because he had the backing. He's a former speaker. I understand the trappings and the workings of the House. He had plenary with how many? It's with four members and 32 on the other side, not like the Rivers case whereby they defected to another party. So for me, I think it's the failure of the political institution in Lagos State. That's just, and it's an indication of what will happen in the future if the godfather of Lagos State seems to be no more, in the sense that you could see that there is centralization and personalization of democratic institution in Lagos State. Where is the party chairman? You are talking about institution. I've read the APC constitution. There is no provision for GAC in the APC constitution. There's no provisions for that. The provisions in the APC constitution makes provisions for the state executive council and the state working committee, and it makes the state caucus of the party. Now, all of these institutions, every one of them is hiding behind the leaves. And where even is the role of the chief security officer of the state, which is the governor of Lagos State? And if you look, the more you look at it, the more you are irritated. As a Lagosian, I'm a Lagosian. As a Lagosian, it's irritating that you have people that lack courage, that lack the character, and that lack the temerity to say the truth and say it the way it is. This is absolute. Nobody. He said it. How did they brand Lagos State House of Assembly? How did we? Is this a reflection of the center of excellence? Is this a reflection of the democracy? If they had told you last year, if they had told you yesterday, or if they had told you last year that what is happening in Lagos State House of Assembly will ever happen, you would say that is absolutely not possible. It's like a ship without captains, and you have seen it. It's a game of number. Now you have elected people to be in Lagos State House of Assembly. You mean they are not bold enough to take decision for themselves? We mean that but
one of them said that it looks like everything is happening, in secrecy, that they should come out and be open.
Who are those that should come out? The assembly members are the ones that we, the voters, I voted, elected to be our representative. Not some people, some self-appointed leaders in one position or the other. These are, look, the real representation of the people is the legislature. The legislature is the true, in democracy, the first arm of government. In
but does what we are seeing now, does it reflect a legislature that represents its constituency?
They want to represent, the chairman said that they are representative of their constituency, but are they representative of the constituency whereby one person or four group of people are trying to impose their will on that? It's irritating and it's annoying.
Let me come to you, Lekan.
Well, you see, like I have said earlier, to an extent, my opinion, one way or the other, Obasa is even confused. Why did I say so? You have agreed when he came back from abroad from his whatever, probably leave or rest or whatever. When he came back some weeks ago, he said that his removal is illegal.
He keeps insisting.
He said insisting. But today he says that then he approached the court. The basis for which he approached the court was that his removal was illegal. Now today you said you are back as the speaker. How? How did it happen? So then a question was asked. He said that he was never removed, that he was a speaker. Why did you preside over the Isaiah you are the speaker? So how can you marry the two together? You were in court to challenge your removal, and then today you said that you are back. You have reinstated yourself. And to me, again, it shows that I feel that power is concentrated into one man. Because what we saw today was, if today, just like he rightly said that today, Obasa stormed the complex of the Lagos House of Assembly. Same day, the security details of the current speaker, because in the face of the law, Meranda is the speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly. Then today, our security details were removed, and then other people, like we read in the news, their security details were removed. So how come we have this? And the police is telling us, so let's even leave that. I also feel that these men, and I want to say this, what are the procedures? Because I've seen where Obasa granted an interview this evening, and he said that it is the same procedure for removing the governor that we also use to, follow to remove the speaker, which is not true.
No.
The major procedure for electing a speaker is the resolution of the majority members of the House. And the major procedure for removing or impeaching a speaker is the resolution of the majority House of Assembly members. Today, he forcefully presided over the plenary of the House with just 4 members. And we also saw other members, majority of them, saying that they have removed Obasa and they are standing on that. And that remains. So I'm wondering, if you say the leadership of the party should call to order, first of all, it is the members of the House that would determine who their speaker will be. and not the leadership of the party.
Well,
that's democracy.
Some have said that, at this point, the leadership of the party should step in, even though we've had scenarios or we've had issues where meetings have been held to address this matter. I think I'd like to bring in Nick into the conversation right now. Nick, do you think that looking at what is going on right now in Lagos State at the Assembly, what do you think the leadership of the party should do?
Thank you very much. I heard you when you said that this is not necessarily a question for the leadership, but a question for law, which is correct. It's a question of law. The law is very clear. The Constitution of Nigeria provides in Chapter 5, Part 2, Section 9(2) on how a speaker is elected and how he is removed. And the process for removal of a speaker is very simple, as specified in the Constitution, which is a resolution that is backed by 2/3 majority of the House. And that's a set. So if that is what happened when Obasa was removed as speaker, then he stands removed. And what happened today, therefore, is him taking the laws into his hands. And this should involve all the stakeholders. The security agents need to do their work. And that is why, for me, the fact that the police commissioner in Lagos is providing security to 2 speakers is a problem. And it's looking like this is going to be a breakdown in law and order. And that brings in the party hierarchy, like you are rightly saying. The party, because this House of Assembly is also representing the APC, which is the ruling party, in addition to representing the people of Lagos State. And the APC will have to put their house together, because this is a house that is being divided against itself. This is not one party against another party. This is 2 APC protagonists who are on the battlefield. And this thing should not be allowed to continue, because like I said in my first intervention, this is not what the good people of Lagos State voted for. They voted for governance. They voted for development. They didn't vote for brigandage. They didn't vote for this type of agboroish type of behavior in the hollow chambers of their State House of Assembly. So yes, I don't expect the party to stand with hands akimbo, stand by the side, looking at this without intervening. But again, the rule of law must prevail. The law must ensure that the right thing is being done. And if the aggrieved parties, like for instance, if Mr. Obasa, who has been removed, feels aggrieved, he should approach the judiciary for adjudication on the matter. That is the way you do it in a democracy.
I mean, one would think that, the big question of such effrontery maybe has the backing of some higher powers or higher authority within the party. And that's why, maybe he has the effrontery to do quite, a lot of what he's doing. But I'll come back to you, Nick. We right now have the sound on tape of the Lagos State Commissioner of Police, on this matter. Let's take a listen to what the Lagos CP did say as regards the development that happened at the Lagos Assembly today. Take a listen.
The audit of the police personnel attached to Honorable Mojisola Meranda has been completed, and the 4 armed police personnel attached to her from the Lagos State Police Command have been returned back to her for her protection. It is pertinent to state that the ongoing police personnel audit has been on for several days now, and prominent personalities and individuals have been complying with the process. There was application from Honorable Mudashiru Obasa on threat to his life and that of his family in the last few days. And it was on the basis of that that police personnel were approved to him for that purpose only. The Lagos State Police Command is not aware or in the know of how and when the office of the Speaker of Lagos State, as the Speaker of Lagos State House of Assembly, was broken into. The Lagos State Police Command is neutral in the whole episode and will continue to do so to ensure law and order and public safety and security throughout the length and breadth.
I mean, you just saw the Lagos State Commissioner of Police there give some sort of, well, I call it clarity as to the security detail of the speakers of the House. But let me come to you, Jide Johnson. I saw you laughing while I was speaking. According to the commissioner, he said that there had been an audit going on for days now. So apparently maybe just coincided with what we saw happen at the House today. I just want your reaction.
Well, I just take from his statement, which he said the police is neutral, which is an indictment of the police. The police is not meant to be neutral. The police is meant to be on the side of the law. That's the clarity. The police is not meant to be neutral. Two and two is fighting, and the police is neutral. You and I are engaging, and the police is meant to maintain order. There was disorder, breakdown of law and order. So the police cannot be neutral. So the police need to investigate, apprehend, and prosecute all those that participated in the invasion of Lagos State House of Assembly today. The police can be neutral. The police must be on the side of the law.
How about you?
Well, you see, let me, for the sake of being a good citizen, let me agree with the CP. And you see, I also believe that the way the CP saw what happened at the Lagos State House of Assembly today wasn't an invasion. If he had believed that it was an invasion, I expect it, you know, just like he said, I expect that there should be something like investigation into the matter. But from what the police said, police is saying that, the CP is saying that it was probably a coincidence that today that Right Honorable Mudashiru Obasa came to the House of Assembly. I don't want to use the word invasion, and his police were restored, because yesterday we were not aware if he was moving around with police escort and all of that. So how come some people counted how many policemen were with him today, and they said it was 11 policemen. You know, if you reported to the police that there's been a threat on your life, I don't think that you will have 11 policemen around you and all of that. So let's go with the CP, and let's also wait. Hopefully, maybe by tomorrow, investigation will start into what happened at the Lagos State House of Assembly today. Because I feel, just like he said, the police must be on the side of the law. If there was an invasion, and you know, if there was a barricade to the entry of the House of Assembly, there should be an investigation into that.
All right, let's listen to Nick. Nick, I believe you had Lagos Police CP. What's your take on his, of course, statement there, his press conference, sort of giving clarity as regards the security detail? I think we, of course, are trying to connect with Nick. We lost connection with him. But let's expand this conversation to look at it from a broader perspective. And I'll start with you, Jide Johnson. Does this reflect, with all what we are seeing within the House right now, does this reflect a deep crack within the ruling party in the state, the APC?
I think the major crack in Lagos APC started in August, when the two major groups within the party, the Justice Forum and the Mandate Group, were revived. And there has been this battle of supremacy between these two major groups, which ceased to function prior to 2023 election and post-2023 election, and in the move towards 2027 election, we have seen the emergence of these two major power blocks coming into fore within the party, and it tells you about the schisms, it tells you about the intra-party politics that is going on within that particular. And like I said in my opening remark, is an indication of what the structure of Lagos politics will be in the near future. Nobody lives forever. In the near future, if this particular issue is not properly managed, it will be free for all to take in Lagos.
So you are saying what we are seeing now is a reflection of maybe if
it's just
the hegemony of
it's just a tip of the iceberg. It's just it, and people seems not to understand that the Titanic was termed to be the ship that God cannot sink. Unfortunately for the Titanic, it was a tip of iceberg that sank Titanic. In my local dialect, it is said this way: something that you think is insignificant. If Goliath had thought that is just a pebble from David that will bring an end to his hegemony of Philistine over the Jews, he will have taken a second look. And it's important for those that are managing the affairs of the party to look at these various interest groups and manage this particular. It's very clear that from the membership of the Lagos State House of Assembly, the embattled speaker, the former speaker, does not enjoy the support of majority.
How about you, Lekan?
Let me say that for me, it's really not a crack in the party. That's my opinion anyway. Because we've always had caucuses. Maybe this time around, because these two caucus that we have in Lagos, they didn't just, it's not just starting. This has been for decades, as long as Lagos politics is concerned. We've always had these two caucus, and we've always had, this is not the first time a speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly will be impeached. This is not the first time. I think we've had, is it one or two? I think we've had Jokotola Pelumi being impeached before. And we did not see it this way. It didn't happen this way. So for me, I feel that the embattled speaker just feels like he has too many powers. And then he's trying to lay claim on the assembly, saying that I cannot be removed. That's the way I see it. So even though we have, even if you look at the House membership, if you look at the Lagos State House of Assembly very well, you will see that majority of the House of Assembly are even members of one caucus, are even, members of one of the caucus. A majority of them belongs to one of the caucus. So it is not about saying that the House is divided over the two caucuses. A majority of them are party to one of the caucus. So if you look at, it's just about one man saying that I cannot be removed, I cannot be impeached. I remain the Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, and I will remain the Lagos. So for me, I also feel that what should happen, my personal opinion is that this embattled speaker should be called to order.
But some will say that has been happening for weeks now.
Well, if he has been called to order, we won't see what we have today. If he has, maybe he has been called to order and he didn't listen. That's why I said that he just feels that he has the power to do and undo.
You can see that what the police commissioner did was a damage control, which we call crisis management in communication. I'm sure everybody connected to the party in Lagos and in Nigeria will have been disappointed with what happened at the State House of Assembly. Yes. It was an eyesore. It was a global embarrassment.
Yes.
It was a desecration of democratic institution. And I'm sure a majority of them will have had a thought and a reflection. It shouldn't get to this,
yes,
to this level. And as I say in my local dialect, please forgive me, our international audience that are watching this part, because I use a lot of Agbakinwa Loja, Kuriomo Tutunwo. You can't have elders in the community and you give birth to a child that has an oblong head. This issue shouldn't have degenerated to this level. You know what the spokesperson of the State House of Assembly said? He said the leader should call them. They should not be hearing rumors. It tells you that the intervention that should have been done has not been done.
Yes.
And then you can't send people to go to Lagos State House of Assembly. I can't imagine me as a member of that State House, me, Jide Johnson. I can't imagine me be as a member. If I know what I will have done and what I will have said concern. You can't send people to Lagos State House of Assembly to be the representative of the people and for them not to have the capacity to represent, to speak on your behalf, and they should do the needful.
All right, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. You can be rest assured that News Central will be on top of this story. We've been at it from the start, and I'm sure Lagosians are watching eagerly to know how all of this would eventually unfold and end. Maybe on Monday, we would see another series. But thank you so much. It's been an honor and a pleasure. Jide Johnson, Public Affairs Analyst, and also Oni Olalekan, a Public Affairs Analyst, and Nick Agule, who joined virtually. Many thanks. Thank you so much for your time. At this point, we'll be switching gears to talk about another pivotal issue, talking about the leadership crisis.